The #1 pick in the draft is kind of a... There was a nice moment when Wiggins...
This fan base has such a high...
Bulls split 2 defenders, floated it up.
Your little handoff. You can use your quickness to
Games without this kid.
That's true. And Steph Curry, basically, and you're at the top of the sky.
Reliable perimeter shooter. I don't know. Wiggins kicking it out. Draymond is second, 255. Wiggins for Bob with DiVincenzo. Sets to beat the Celtics twice in back-to-back pull. Good look from deep.
Saw DiVincenzo's defender cheating a little.
Kick it back to Fultz. Missing, but you see plays like that. DiVincenzo, his three. It's like LeBron's size. Has checked in. Draymond Green's getting all threes he wants.
On that, maybe try to go by it for George.
15 and 8, 14 and 9. Banchero missing. Answered it all.
He's one of those players that you could
Banchero. That hadn't happened in over a decade.
see Fultz. Fultz command a lot. That young talent could be a little consistent.
Gary Harris, remember him and Lamb again. But into some of the three-point shooting. Banchero gapped him nicely.
Shooting 50% from there.
Now, go to the rim. Banchero pull down the lane. Markelle Fultz.
Where Harris was.
Cole Anthony setting up Banchero. The ball.
Pretty good bench production lately.
BBJ off the cross. You want to talk about instant
Scoring to Steph Curry and Seth Curry on the same team.
This is the time to do it. The Central Freeways. Anthony Lamb foul shooting a three. So Green had set up Terrence Looney and Moody.
So many games. So now they got guys.
When you win 8 of 9 and then you beat right now, Moody, that's a great pass. Yeah, for a guy.
Well, ball defensively. Just get yourself in the game.
Instant replay.
We've already seen him handle and pick and roll.
He's Suggs.
Just out of these players. He's got a. Andrew will keep the offense simple as Wagner gets. In the NBA, you're just usually going to watch the ball, especially in close games.
High school coaching.
Oh yeah, that's how
at Virginia.
They got to figure out how to stop Franz Wagner.
Anthony missed. Wiggins. You've used it as a key at draw and kick. Jordan Poole time to set his feet.
Official, he can't do that. Actually, he knows who's trying to close out.
Franz Wagner had 660. He's got a pretty good first step. Wiggins at left wing three. Cole Anthony
gets it. He's got a lane.
Poole setting up DiVincenzo.
Strong side corner.
So if I said the end, Ross came on finding length.
You have to remember that. So you got to make sure Caro's out.
Jerome sensing a seam to the rim. Do some stuff on that road trip.
Fighting back tears watching him play.
You talked about it, Kalena.
Who's getting your shot selection?
Lamb on Terrence Ross. Without Lamb tonight. DiVincenzo had been. Fultz getting in the lane. Lamb to the rim. Lamb consecutive games as a two-way player. And Anthony Lamb are going back and forth. Down 3. Fultz down firing there. DiVincenzo fighting for that. To Poole again. Length for Orlando is up. Lamb got it up. DiVincenzo 3. Off. Orlando will play for the final position. Fultz. Orlando. That's not as him. Orlando. Keep reminding.
And 12th amongst all players as a rookie.
Gets stolen in the NBA all the time. Wiggins tough step. Setting up Draymond. A little up and up.
I've thrown it in the garbage and burned it. You didn't need all hands.
3. Banchero.
Players in the league, their usage rating
Is that you got to get the defending Caro.
just making it.
Carter rolling.
And then he's fallen out of bounds.
They play one a year here, obviously.
10-game win.
Fulton of the year. Turns out up. Holds for 3. Warriors throat. And Wiggins made up for the one-hand pass.
Popped it up there. Nowhere close goal.
How are you doing on the free throw? Vincenzo. fade away. We will need that tonight as Banchero James in his first sinking. Warriors getting outplayed as Poole.
Can you keep doing that? But Jordan Poole has another gear.
Top of that. False right Jordan.
Stay healthy.
Everybody sees now the shot blocker to put it up and turn in the corner, setting up Cole Anthony. 10, but the turnover before that. Up to two of the greatest shooters of all time.
The ball handler Draymond Green, that was glass. He's trying to box out.
Anthony get hit. A turnover.
For the rest of the game, it
got to Ty Jerome, catch and shoot three.
see if he can make that defense work.
Wagner attacking it inside. Both Wagner's double team it.
Anthony Lamb just had to try to make something happen. They could change direction. He saw that.
Very physical guy, plays it high energy.
It was a dead ball, and he went and snatched it.
And here comes Franz Wagner on the step around. Poole, the best three-game stretch of his career. Got to get one up. And PBJ 3. Within 10 right now. Junior on a switch. PBJ 3. By the Magic, a lot like the Pistons. The Baldwin Jr., Ty Jerome, Dylan Suggs.
Anthony, it's a tough matchup for him.
Well, he was the 15th pick when I think of him. He's not ISO. Well,
Warriors, that's a bad. Coach Kerr is still trying to figure out how he did it. Like, it really shouldn't come in. What do you think Rasheed Wallace would have said to that? You can get some back doors, are much better when it comes to guarding the three.
Playing great basketball, brother.
On attack.
He had 9. Has been all Orlando. Setting up the Chenzo, the kick out drains that three.
More and more to get to the free.
That's why I said it reminded me of the Detroit game.
Orlando picked up their
homestand. Full screen roll and setting up Cole.
The Warriors with the second chance opportunities, but they just
a heartbreaker.
But it might have took some wind out of their sail
with the ball because Wiggins shooting makes them feel good. Have all these great.
It's human nature. You feel. This was probably one of those games.
And really has struggled shooting threes. This free throwing could be such a weapon.
Free mode. You should be able to drop out.
On Fox. Vincenzo eventually pick up the ball.
Gone inside is the challenge that
his brother. Anthony Lamb 3 and 9. Anthony. Jordan Poole catch.
Gives you a lot of options. Just flash. Found the opening.
Markelle Fultz get. It could be.
It's totally different than playing
way. Chenzo. Key of the year. Whole league. And missing a 3. And a rough one.